Hello, this is Pastor Jason. I'm in Alaska, right outside of Anchorage, Alaska, in fact, and I'm sitting here with Heather. Heather works for the Alaska State Board of Missions.
Alaska Baptist Convention.
Yeah. And so I'm sitting here with her. We've been working with her team, and also some people that are pastors and leaders in churches in this area. And so we've been sharing a little bit about what it means to evangelize, how we evangelize, what the importance is of evangelism, why we're called to do that, or how we're called to do that by God throughout His Word, and talking about the discipleship, talking about several things that will help churches in the area. But what I wanted to ask you, Heather, and she has no idea what I'm about to ask, but I wanted to ask her, what are some of the greatest needs that you find the churches have in Alaska?
The greatest needs for our pastors would be encouragement. This is a state where it's very easy to feel alone and feel like you're on a mission by yourself. Even though there are other churches, if you look at the map, the state of Alaska will go from the East Coast all the way past the West Coast. That's how big we are. And so there are many churches that don't even have a road system to get to them. So it's just that feeling of alone and that you're on your own, trying to reach the people.
Yeah, what can we do as believers that want to support and work together with other people in the kingdom of God? What can we do? We're way down in Alabama. What can we do in order to help you guys and help these churches throughout Alaska?
First and foremost, prayer for our pastors, because they do get very discouraged very easily. A lot of Alaska is a sink or swim mentality. You know, you either rise up or you just fail, which is terrible and sad, but also finding pastors up here and just making that one-on-one connection with them. Churches in the lower 48 can just send that message, weekly, monthly, whatever it is, to our pastors, and just encouraging them. And of course, like a lot of them, especially our church planners, they don't get a lot of funding here, and a lot of them don't have sending churches. So financially, they do struggle. We are a state where probably 80 to 90% of our pastors are bivocational. So we have very few full-time.
Yeah, we see in Alabama a good portion, as a matter of fact, most of our pastors are bivocational, but jobs are not that hard to come by right now, and so that helps a lot. I wanted to ask you too, we're here for a week. We're not trying to parachute in and then walk out. We want to have a relationship with the convention, the associations, the pastors, the churches. So give us an idea of what that looks like. And also, if you don't mind, share with us about the size of the state convention when it comes to number of churches that are a part of it.
In the Anchorage Bowl, that's what we call it, we have about probably 47 churches right here. And these are just the Southern Baptist churches. I mean, there are other churches also around. But then we have churches up in Fairbanks. We have churches out in villages. And like I said, those are off the road system. Anchorage is unique. We have one road in and one road out. So all these other little places and villages, you either have to snow machine, fly, boat to get to them. So that's a struggle here. But this, like I said, the state is so large that it is hard for we only have 3 directors here at the Alaska State Convention. We're a very small convention. We are a staff of 7. And it's hard for them to be able to get to all those places.
So communication is very tough, and then ongoing contact and face-to-face, that's just something that doesn't happen that often. I was talking with one of the leaders yesterday, and they were sharing with me that there are areas that they have not been able to get to in the last 3 years. It's not necessarily that there's no way to get there, but they're so far away it's hard to make contact and then go and visit them. And so there's a lot of people who are lonely. We know that. We've seen that. There's drug abuse, alcohol abuse, a lot of homelessness. And so be praying for the people of Alaska. We're going to be continuing this week to work with a couple of additional churches as we go into teach, and we're going to learn from them as well, because they teach us as they ask questions. It helps us understand their culture and what their needs are. And so be praying for us as we finish that up, and for the people here in Alaska, and then also as we travel back home. I miss you and look forward to being back with you. Don't forget, this Sunday we have a special guest speaker who's going to be joining you there in Calera, and it's Jairo Mena. And Jairo is a missionary in Ecuador, one that we have worked with even recently. We took a trip there and worked with pastors, and he was the one who hosted us. And so I know you look forward to hearing him. I look forward to being back. Sunday morning services at 8:30. We'll have traditional service. At 9:45 we have small groups or Sunday school. And then at 10:30 is a more modern service. And so I hope you'll join us for one of those, and I look forward to seeing you soon.